It was a scream of terror, something guttural, high-pitched with a gurgle of spit. "Penny!" I jumped from my seat at the kitchen table. An involuntary dad reaction. Smack! I got up with such force that the wooden shaker-style chair I was sitting in flew backwards. Upstairs, something horrible was happening. The endless shrieking attested to that. Penny. But it couldn't have been. I must have been wrong. Penny had been dead a year now. A botched dentist visit. It was a simple procedure, but her mouth became infected afterwards. Her whole jaw swelled up, then a chain reaction. Infection spread rapidly through her whole body and she died of sepsis. There was nothing the doctors could do. But upstairs, I heard Penny. I had no idea how, but it was her voice. "Penny! What's wrong? I'm coming, dear!" Her screaming got worse. It sounded like pure pain. With my black cotton socks, I stumbled and slipped on the linoleum floor. I almost did a faceplant, but an old 3-point college football move stopped my fall. Upstairs, the shrieking drone of mortification continued. It was ear-splitting, enough to make my whole head vibrate. "Penny!" When I reached the top of the stairs, my eyeballs popped and my jaw fell to the floor. It was Penny. I had no idea how she was alive, but there she was, standing in the doorway of the bathroom at the end of the hall. But it wasn't my Penny. She wasn't normal. That wasn't the girl who learned to ride a bike last summer. Penny was possessed. Her eyes flicked repeatedly in the back of her skull like TV static. Her fingers were tangled deformities and her limbs were zombie stiff. When she opened her mouth to scream, a faucet of blood spit out, painting her yellow floral nightgown in crimson. And then her teeth, they popped from her mouth like popcorn kernels on a stove. Pop, pop, pop. Suddenly, the floor beneath me morphed into quicksand. I began sinking. I reached towards heaven. I said, "God, please save me." Burp, 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 burp. Oh, shit. With my eyes still closed, I fumbled for the alarm clock until I found the snooze button. It gave me another 10 minutes of sleep until the morning sun peeked through the blinds and onto my face, making it warm. I've had dreams like this since Penny died. Her death tore my marriage with Maggie apart. I don't blame Maggie for leaving. She said every time she looked at me, she saw Penny's face. I think she also blamed me for the death. I was the one who picked out her dentist. I was the one who said she would be fine. It's just an infection, just let it be. I haven't been to the dentist since the accident. Today's my first visit, and I'll be late unless I bust my ass and hustle out the door in the next 5 minutes. I'd rather not go, but I don't have a choice. I have pain on my left side I need checked out. I'm going to a new guy, Dr. Jerry Goldsmith off 14th Street. He specializes in sedation dentistry. I don't think I can go through with the visit unless they totally knock me out. I'm too nervous. My heart starts going frantic just thinking about sitting in that dental chair. It wasn't like this before. I never had a problem with the dentist until Penny's death. Now it's those dreams. Those horrible, horrible dreams. I made it to Dr. Goldsmith's office with no time to spare. I was sweating walking in the door. His people started treating me like a child, which I suppose was a good thing because I was shaking. I was so nervous. I could feel my heart bouncing around, doing flips as my guts cramped. Each step forward towards the exam room was painful, my feet going through mud. The walk of a man going to the death chamber. This was going to be rougher than I thought. The dental hygienist held my hand and talked slowly and calmly to me. Ambient Zen music came from the speakers overhead. Lavender mist gave the whole office a relaxed vibe. Except it wasn't working on me. "Breathe," she said as she invited me to take a seat at what looked like the lazy boy of dental chairs. "Breathe. It's going to be just fine." The metal dental tools come out of the autoclave and dance in the glare of the overhead fluorescent lights. They scream to me, "We're coming for you. We're coming for you. There's nothing you can do. We're coming for you." I wiggle in my seat as Dr. Goldsmith enters the room, shakes my hand, and asks if I want an Ambien. I can't talk. I blink rapidly and nod my head. This anxiety is crippling. The dentist explains the whole procedure to me, says all I gotta do is breathe and relax, says I can count backwards from 10 and think good thoughts. He'll say he'll have a look at my mouth, do the work that needs to be done, and I'll wake up feeling a bit groggy. That's it. It's easy. I nod again. Nothing he can say will help me calm my nerves. I stiffen in my chair, my knuckles clenching the soft, buttery leather until they're white. The chair's supposed to make me sink in and take my worries away, but it doesn't work. How could I not worry? The last time I was in the dental office was when Penny had her procedure. She left complaining her mouth was sore. The doctor said, "Don't worry, it's no big thing." I believed him. But then the infection started. It spread so quick. First her jaw swelled, then there was the brain fog and confusion. Penny didn't seem like herself. I told Maggie, "Don't worry about it, she's just a kid. Kids are like that sometimes." But then she started breathing real heavily, rapidly like a dog panting. I said, "Maggie, it's hot outside, just don't worry about it." But by then it was too late. Her whole body went in shock by the time we got her to the hospital. The doctors pumped copious amounts of antibiotic. They gave it everything they had, but it was no use. I cried so much when I embraced her kid-sized coffin. "Breathe," the hygienist keeps telling me. "You need to breathe." I can't breathe, damn it. I can't. I'm in this chair staring at these god-awful lights. I don't want to be here. I don't. Penny! Penny! She saw the lights too. I close my eyes, and when I open them, the lights have changed. They go from white to yellow to green to red. There's no more lavender smell. It's dank. There's no ambient music. It's all dental drills. 1, 2, 3 of them, a full chorus of drills and suction noises. And there she is, standing above me. Penny, staring at me as I'm strapped to this chair. I can't move, I can't scream, I can't do anything. Penny, wearing bloody medical scrubs, her eyes flickering, her pupils bouncing. Penny with her translucent skin, her veins like rivers on a map coursing with black blood. Penny deformed, her fingers knots, clumsily picking up sharp dental tools, stabbing them in my direction. Penny, her jaw puffed like a rotten grapefruit, her mouth hanging open, showing green teeth. Penny screaming horrible screams, her teeth popping out of their sockets, falling into my open mouth. Pop, 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 pop. Penny vomiting poison blood, forcing me to swallow it or choke and die. It tastes like pain and misery. Penny pulling out my teeth with those crooked fingers. She laughs and pulls them out one after another, yanking hard with the pliers. I thrash my head as best I can, trying to get her to stop, but it's no use. I can't even scream, just gag from the blackness she puts in my mouth. As the roots slide out of my gums, I can feel the holes in my blood mixing with hers. I close my eyes, trying to imagine my Penny, my sweet Penny, the one I taught how to ride a bike, the one who sold lemonade for 75 cents with the cute sundress at the edge of our driveway. There she is, my Penny, running to me with open arms. Arms that decay. Chunks of skin fall off with each step she takes towards me. Penny screaming, "You let me down, Daddy! You're the reasons maggots are eating my face!" Penny pulling me down to where she is, down to where things burn. Penny! Mrs. Wentworth, it's Dr. Goldsmith's office. It's Miss Griffin now. I use my maiden name after the divorce. Of course, the receptionist said. Mr. Wentworth put you down as his emergency contact. I'm sorry to tell you there's been an accident. He came in for a dental visit today, and before we could sedate him, he went into cardiac arrest. We tried to save him, but there was nothing we can do. I'm so sorry, so sorry. My dentist showed me the x-rays. He said, "Look right there, you can see it. Infection in the root." My dentist said it will be tricky, but he could take care of it. So that's why I'm here today, sitting in this chair, wearing this bib, forced to listen to classical rock from the overhead speakers, waiting for that Novocaine to make me good and numb. Problem is, I had a root canal done on that tooth years ago, and now it's covered with a crown. The dentist said he could drill right through it, though, go right down to the root. Only problem is, he told me it got a 50-50 shot of working. If it didn't work, I'll need an implant. Now, I used to get nervous about these sorts of procedures. The sound of the dentist drill, the suction of the vacuum, the lights blinding my eyes, and those plastic wrap hands stretching my mouth this way and that. But I've had enough work done that I don't sweat it much anymore. Except for this one. 50-50 isn't good odds in my book. And if it doesn't work, an implant? They're going to have to drill into my jaw? That's serious. 45 years old and my teeth are falling apart. I wish I would have taken better care of my teeth. I really do. It's just, I'm a sugar addict. I can't stop. Snickers, they're my downfall. Breakfast, lunch, snacks, that's what I go for. Call me a heavy user if you want. I'm like a 3-pack a day smoker, but with Snickers. I want to stop eating them, but I can't. It's not like I'm obese or anything. I just love my sugar. Well, the Novocaine should have taken hold. Ready to proceed? The dentist asked. He starts up the drill and goes right in. I immediately feel pain. I can feel everything he's doing. I curl my toes in my shoes, wiggle, slap my hand on the chair's armrest. I'm making moaning sounds trying to get the dentist's attention over the drilling noise and the classical rock. But he doesn't stop. He keeps going, keeps drilling. The pain is intense and makes me sweat. I'm trying to keep my head still, hoping the Novocaine will take hold. But I'm shaking, spit's collecting in the back of my throat, and I feel like I'm choking. I can't help it. I lurch forward, gagging. The movement causes the dentist to bounce his drill inside my mouth, hitting another tooth, cutting my cheek, causing blood to fly. Now I'm choking on that too. The pain, I can't take it anymore. You like butter! I push the dentist's arm away. My mouth's all mumbly, half numb and dripping with blood. You gave the wrong side of my mouth! You ruined my mouth! I storm out of the office with the blood-stained bib still on. When I get to the car, I check the damage in my rearview mirror. I can't tell how my teeth look because it's all red and bloody, but I see the slice on the inside of my cheek. My head is throbbing. The pain. I gotta stop the pain. I need immediate dental work to fix what this asshole did. I do a search on my phone for cheap dentist emergency. It brings up a Dr. Irvin Monroe 5 miles away. I call him up. I have a dental emergency. My mouth's in agony, half deadened with Novocaine. The receptionist says, "Come in, we can fix you immediately." Dr. Monroe's office looks similar to any other dental office. Generic prints of flowers hanging on beige walls, magazines 2 years out of date scattered on side tables, uncomfortable conference room chairs. Classical rock plays on the overhead speakers. What is it with classic rock and dental offices anyways? 2 people in the waiting room crank their neck in my direction when I walk in. They see my blood-stained shirt and my drooling, bloody mouth and hit the exit. After a minute of waiting, Dr. Monroe calls me back. He's a small guy, skinny, diminutive really, probably in his 50s. He's got jet black hair that I swear is dyed. As I settle into the dental chair, I try to explain what happened, but it comes out all mushy. "It's okay, I'll take a look," Dr. Monroe says with a gentle hand on my shoulder. "Now open wide." I open as best I can, though since Chernobyl happened in my mouth, I can't really tell if it's open or not. "Oh my," Dr. Monroe says, covering his mouth. "First, let's get you some pain pills. Then let's get you cleaned up. I can take care of your teeth. We'll also do an x-ray just to make sure we know what's going on, but from what I can tell, you've got one chipped tooth. I think it's okay for now, but we need to look and see if you need a new crown on that other tooth. The x-ray is going to tell us more." There's a sense of sureness with Dr. Monroe's voice, which makes me at ease. He says he's got all sorts of questions for me, but let's get some of the work done and we can talk when I'm in better shape. The entire visit to Dr. Monroe's office was smooth. He took care of all the stuff he could, cleaned me up real good. I was so grateful he was able to squeeze me in that I gave him a hug afterwards. I never give a hug to a dentist. I'm going back to him next week for an implant. He said in his medical opinion that was the best thing we could do for that tricky root problem. He wasn't even going to try to drill through the crown. I told him I don't have much money for an implant, and he didn't even raise a fuss about it. Usually I found dentists try to upsell you or give you unnecessary treatment, but not Dr. Monroe. He seemed really honest. He said he had this new implant material that was straight out of a dental research lab. He said it's the best material he's actually ever seen, and because it's new, it's cheaper. He said don't worry about the cost one bit. It's not going to be an issue. Getting the implant was a breeze. I was worried about it, but Dr. Monroe was really gentle, just like before. I had nothing to be worried about. It didn't even hurt a bit. Yeah, the recovery kind of sucked, but Dr. Monroe gave me enough painkillers that it didn't matter. I gotta say, I feel like a new man with that implant in. It's hard to explain. I just feel different, more confident, I guess. It goes beyond just being able to chew with no pain. It's like I have no more worries, none at all. Maybe it's because I cut out sugar. After all I went through, I said no more Snickers. From now on, it's healthy mouth. I brush 3 times a day since that implant went in. I'm the model dental patient. It's like I have Dr. Monroe looking over my shoulder, reminding me about good oral hygiene. Even here, sitting at the kitchen table, looking at all these bills piled up, I'm not worried. Yeah, I quit my job since I got the implant. I know rent's due, the water bill's late, I'm having to skip my credit card payment to pay my electricity bill. But oh well, what's some late fees and interest? I figure I got a few months until the collection agency comes calling. And even then, I'm not concerned. All I do is smile. A big tooth smile. Show off those pearly whites from Dr. Monroe. Now, there is one thing. I didn't want to tell you about it, but there is something kind of weird going on. I'm not sure what it is, and it's not even enough of a problem to see anyone about it. It's more like an annoyance, like a mosquito buzzing around your head. Ever since getting my implant in, I've been hearing this high-pitched noise. It's faint though. Like I said, kind of like a mosquito buzzing, or that sound you get when you stand under a power line. It's low and constant. I'm not sure what it is, but I hear it all the time. I thought maybe I've been playing my headphones too loud, and it's whatever they call that constant ringing in the ears. I hear it, but I don't hear it. It's hard to explain. I actually think it's almost coming from my mouth or my jaw. I know it sounds stupid, I know, but I can't figure it out. Whatever, life's good. I'm not worried. Everything's fine. I'm off to the bank now. Gotta make a withdrawal. No. It's not money for me or these bills. It's for Dr. Monroe. I've done him a few favors like this since I've had the implant in. I don't mind. It's the least I can do. That noise is a bit bothersome today, though. I feel like a dog hearing a dog whistle. It's there, but not there. I grabbed my XD-45, a cloth sack, and a ski mask. I bought the gun after my oral surgery. I've never had a gun before, but for some reason I thought I needed one. Now, I couldn't tell you a 9mm from I don't know, what's the other pistol types? But the guy at the gun store said this is the one for me. He said it's great for concealed carry and had real stopping power. Since I'm not working anymore, I go to the bank in the middle of the day. It's empty, which I guess is good. Ski mask on, guns out. Hands up, this is a robbery. Put all the money you have into the bag. I go straight from the bank to Dr. Monroe's office with the bag of cash. He gives me that friendly pat on the shoulder. He says we need to do a quick tune-up of my implant, though. An adjustment, he calls it. He escorts me to his dental chair and doesn't even have to numb me up. He just pulls out some newfangled radio-like device and does his thing. I just sit there and smile. I'm feeling good. Better than good, thanks to Dr. Monroe. At home, I brush and brush and brush, and I smile. I smile a lot. In the mirror, to other people I see at the street, to the checkout lady. Look at my teeth, the smile says. Go ahead, ask me who did my fabulous work, my smile says. See Dr. Monroe and feel good about yourself, my smile says. The noise in my head, it's a bit worse than usual today. It kind of does this sometimes, I don't know why. I guess I'm just getting older, aches and pains and things that go buzz. This time, I grab my XD45 and some rope. No ski mask needed. I'm off to Dr. Monroe's house. He's not there, of course, but his wife is. I don't know how I know, I just know. She's supposedly supposed to be doing her domestic chores, but she's really fucking the pool boy. Oh, she can't hide it from Dr. Monroe. The pool boy stink is all over her. Doors open when I get there and I walk up to the bedroom. The pool boy doesn't even see me pull the gun out. He's pumping away and I watch his naked ass clench with each thrust. And then bammo! His brains are all over the bed and on Mrs. Monroe. She's screaming and screaming, crawling backwards towards the headboard, but she's got nowhere to go. I just stand there smiling, holding my gun. Look at these teeth, my smile says. It's your husband's work. I grab the rope and tie her up. Her exit plan isn't going to be as quick and painless as her pool boy lover. I finish the job and it's back to Dr. Monroe's for another adjustment. Final one, he says. It's quick, painless. He gives me that reassuring pat on the shoulder. Says thank you for being a patient. It was so nice of him. I'm in my garage now. The car's on, the garage door's down. I've got a tube going from my exhaust pipe through my window. I'm coughing a bit and that buzzing in my head's still there. Maybe worse now since I saw Dr. Monroe the last time. The world's starting to get a bit fuzzy on account of all the exhaust fumes, and it's getting hard to breathe. But I'm not concerned. I just smile to myself in the rearview mirror. Look at those teeth. Dr. Monroe did such a great job. You need to go to the dentist. My wife keeps nagging me. I tell her I know. I've been putting it off a while now. Now, I'm not no pussy, but that initial shot they give you, that scares me. The rest I ain't too worried about. I mean, once I can't feel anything. But I don't like seeing that needle, and I don't like feeling the pinch. You know, the dentist always says, you'll feel a little pinch. But I'll tell you what, my wife don't mind a little pinch if you know what I mean. Except when she gets that pinch, she's not wiggling around and screaming like what happens in a dental chair. I also don't like when the dentist does that little wiggle he does after he's got the needle in your gums. When he's shooting you up with that Novocaine. Nope, not a fan of that. The other reason I've been avoiding getting this pain in my tooth checked out is, well, we ain't really got much money to spare. I mean, the recession's really been putting a dent in our pocketbook. My wife don't know it, but we're running on fumes. I even started doing that hypermilling or whatever those Prius drivers call it. You know, where you go real easy on the gas pedal. I get people honking behind me, giving me the finger as they zip by, but I got no choice. I'm already having to skip lunch twice a week just to afford a tank of gas. My wife found a coupon for a dentist, one of those Groupon deals or whatever, like 50% off. I mean, it seems like a good deal, so I'm finally going to go next week. New office special or something. She said she checked into it and it's just what I needed. She also said this office don't use no Novocaine either, so I don't got to worry about them needles. Only problem is it's on the other side of town. It's going to cost me at least a quarter tank of gas to get over there, but I figure a coupon more than makes up for that. Sorrow Smiles, the place is called. Seems kind of a weird name, but I ain't no businessman, so what do I know? I found it tucked away in some nondescript office plaza, wedged between a pet cremation place and a tombstone maker. Weird spot for a dental office, that's for sure. I park my Chevy Silverado out front, walk in the door, and the little chime goes off, alerting the receptionist to my arrival. I look around, wonder if I'm in the right place. This ain't seem like no regular dentist's office. Something's different. I could tell as soon as I entered. It's, I don't know what you call it, I ain't too good with words. Morose, maybe? Dark, I guess? Not like dark, not like dim lights or black walls or anything. The place is bright, just like any other office, I suppose. But along the walls are pictures. They look like family photos or something. And then there's these floral arrangements, like the type you see at memorial services, not the little flower pots you usually see in an office. And there's no chairs either in the waiting room. In fact, there's no real waiting room at all. I hear a welcome coming from somewhere on the other side of the receptionist's desk, but I don't see a face. "Hello," I shout. "Is this Sorrow Smiles? I got an appointment?" Then I see a head pop out, little lady with graying hair. She looks frazzled, like an eccentric librarian from my high school days. She looks down at some paper scattered on her desk and says, "Mr. Blacksmith?" "Yep, that's me. My wife made the appointment." "Ah, I see she did, yes. I got one of them coupons," I say, holding up my printout. She smiles, flashing ghostly white teeth 15 shades too bright. She tells me to sign this consent form, and that's what I do. As I'm signing, I notice the smell. The place smells like rot, like leaving a raw steak out in the summer sun. Makes my stomach turn a bit. I bet it's the pet cremation place next door. "Well, we're ready for you. Come on back now, don't be shy," the receptionist says, waving her arms. She brings me back to the examination room. It's cold in this place, like really cold, making me shiver. The place isn't too welcoming. It's sterile, I guess you could say. Looks more like an operating room, not like any dental office I'm used to. Metal and subway tile all around. The receptionist points me to the chair and I take a seat. It's not the most comfortable dental chair I've been in. Seems a bit rusty and old if you ask me. Chubby guy comes in wearing a doctor's lab coat. "Hi, I'm Dr. Yankum," the man says with a smile. I crank my neck and give a crooked look. He smiles and says he's just joking. "Sorry, dentist humor," he says. I'm not laughing. He sticks out his hand for a shake, says his name is Dr. Lee. He asks what brings me in today, and I say I got a pain in one of my back teeth. I think it's a cavity. Says I've come to the right place. Says they do holistic dentistry. Says that means they treat the whole body. Says if you got an unhealthy mouth, then you got an unhealthy body. And he says the pain starts somewhere, and that's what they're going to figure out today. "We'll get to the bottom of your pain," he says. He leans me back and I open wide. "Ah, I see you have some old amalgam fillings." What? "The silver fillings, they're called amalgam. That could be one source of your pain. They're horrible, horrible things. They leach mercury into your whole body." My eyes flash wide. Never heard of that before. "Let me ask you," Dr. Lee says, "do you use fluoride toothpaste? Drink tap water?" I've got no idea what this guy's getting at, but I answer yes to both. "Fluoride, fluoride, fluoride," he says. "Another source of the problem, most likely. Goes straight to your brain. Stuff is toxic. Makes you dumber, too. They put it in our water to keep us docile and compliant." "They do?" This guy's telling me stuff I'd never heard before. "Okay, I'm going to have you stand up now," Dr. Lee says. "I'm sorry, stand? I never had a stand at a dental office before." "Yes, I need you to stand. I need to check your body chemistry balance. I bet you have bacteria all throughout your body. Usually we can discern these things just from how you stand." I get up and stand there, casting a distrustful glance at Dr. Lee. This is the most bizarre dental visit I've ever had. I don't know how my wife Madeline found this guy, but I'm here now, so I'm hoping for the best. Cost me an extra quarter tank of gas to get here, so this better be worth my while. "Oh my," Dr. Lee said. "Patricia, you need to see this." The old lady receptionist comes in and takes a look at me standing up next to their old dental chair. "Oh my," she says, mimicking what Dr. Lee said. "You need help," Dr. Lee says. "I mean immediately. I don't know how you made it this far. We need to operate right now." Everything kind of went blurry at that point. I got no idea what the heck's going on. Did the dentist just say operate? And he got that just from me standing here? Operate, I say? Come on, are you sure? "Patricia, your help please," Dr. Lee says. "Hey, watch it," I say as Patricia pushes me and I fall into that old rusted chair. I have no clue what's going on. Stunned would be an understatement. Patricia takes out some straps and puts them over my arms and legs. She's done before I realize what the hell's going on. "What is this?" I say. "What kind of joint is this place? What are you doing?" Anger's now come over me. This is some messed up shit. This ain't no type of dental office I was used to. This guy was nuts. "Get me out of this chair," I say. "You have no right to tie me down like this." I fight against my restraints, but it's no use. I pull with all my might, raise my chest up, give it all I got, but them leather straps won't budge. "I have a toothache," I say, "a cavity. What do you mean operate? What is this nonsense?" "Sir, you really don't have time for this. Please cooperate," Dr. Lee says. "Your body is filled with toxins," he continues. "I can see it just from looking at you. We need to take care of all of you. Treat the whole body. Mercury, fluoride, processed flour and sugar and everything. All that stuff is down in your belly. But we'll take care of it. We're here to treat your whole body, not just your teeth. A few simple snips from your innards should remove those toxins. We'll sew you up and that should be that. Then we'll pull those teeth with those nasty amalgam fillings. Actually, we probably got to pull all your teeth. There could be cross-contamination. And of course, we'll have to do the blood transfusion to get the fluoride out of you. We'll purify your whole body, get you good as new, or get me the fuck out of here. Get me up. I didn't consent to any of this. I don't want none of it. I came in for a toothache." It's as if I'm talking to an empty room. They completely ignore me. The guy's a nut job and I'm his hostage now. All I could do was yell and fight as much as I could. I couldn't break those restraints, but maybe somebody would hear me. Maybe somebody would walk in or there'd be somebody next door or outside. "Help! Get me out of here! This guy's fucking crazy! Help! Help! Untie me! I don't want none of this!" Dr. Lee presses a button and the chair reclines flat and I smack the back of my head. "Or, as I was saying," Dr. Lee continued, "your body will go into shock. There's a decent chance you may not make it through the procedure, but we have no choice. We have to do this. Your whole body is toxic, but there's a chance it may not know how to survive without all those nasty chemicals. And if it doesn't, so be it. Better dead than walking around with all that toxic crap in you. Patricia, prepare the patient." Patricia rips off my shirt and splashes some iodine on my stomach. I flinch, but that's all I can do. "Help! Help! Somebody! Stop, you motherfucker! Stop this madness! I got a toothache, that's all!" I might as well be talking to a wall. "We'll start at the belly," Dr. Lee says. "That's the source of the problem. And then we'll go from there. One word of warning though, this will hurt. We don't believe in Novocaine here at Sorrow Smiles. I think your wife called and asked us about that. Don't worry, we'll give you a stick to bite on, just like the old times. That's all you'll need. And if something does happen, we have a special agreement with the cremation place next door. We could send your body to them for a discount. They'll extract the teeth, of course, before they burn your body. They can't burn the mercury in your teeth. That's bad for the environment. But we'll package your teeth up nicely for your loved ones, put it in a box with a nice framed photo of you, just like the photos you saw on the wall when you came in. We'll also send an arrangement of flowers too. A little gift from Sorrow Smiles, where we treat the whole body, not just the mouth, or die trying.